I'm in the books, high rates. The idea of the motor is not to be flying around the motor all the time, but to get her up and glide. Well, hello folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. This is the Hobby King Cherokee version 2. Now in 2016, they had their Cherokee that was very similar to this one, but it had an EDF pod on top. And other than that, it was the same configuration. Well, they brought it back 10 years later, and now they brought it back with a prop pod on top, so you can launch it. Prop secured. You can use a tow hook and launch it by way of a tow plane, and then release, or you can use the prop to get yourself up to speed, and then soar around. Also, it's a great plane for slope soaring. Now I've got a 2200 3S inside here, which is a 3S only, and we're going to do the Maiden. I've never flown. I've got an AR631. Hopefully you watched my unboxing build. And as far as I know, this is supposed to be released sometime late July. Today's the 26th of July of 26. It's supposed to be released supposedly this month. It might be August though, but all right, you can hand launch it, obviously. You also can take it off on its belly. You have protection here. You've got the wheel, plastic skid, plastic nose, plastic skid there, and a plastic skid back to protect the tail. All right, wind is that way, out of the west. So I would grab it right back here underneath the back of the wing. Simple 4-channel plane. I'm in the books, high rates. The idea of the motor is not to be flying around the motor all the time, but to get her up and glide. This is the maiden flight. Maiden flight, folks. Never flown this thing before. Now it's going to naturally take you up with power, which is that's what you're supposed to do with a power glider. And then just let go of the power, start soaring. Now I've got the gyro turned off right now. The AS3X gyro, you don't really need one. Very stable aircraft as it is. Oh yeah, a 2200 you're going to be able to fly for, well, you're going to get tired of flying, put it that way. You're going to be able to fly probably 10 minutes easy. Especially if you can catch some thermals. All right, let's see if I can do a loop with the book's high rates. Well, or a roll actually. Yeah.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
There we go. That's the book's high rates. All right, now let's switch to
Fat Guy's Extreme Rates.
Fat Guy's Extreme Rates, which basically is 100%. Yeah. Yeah. It's really windy too, so it's going to be a very fun glider. Very fun power glider. A little bit of left aileron. This is going to be one of the kind of planes that's not going to want to come out of the sky.
secured. Safe to approach.
Well, you know what? Let's see.
Motor ready to cut you. Be careful.
Well,
Prop secured. Safe to approach.
don't have any way of steering. I was just saying if I had enough power. Still going to want to grab it behind the prop. All right. I'm going to turn the, since I've got it all trimmed out now,
AS3X mode.
I'm going to turn on the AS3X. Okay. Now we're going to see. Now you can actually, your ailerons will also help with turning too, along with your rudder.
Motor ready to cut you. Be careful.
All right. Oh yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now that AS3X has got this plane locked in nice and pretty.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
This is a little too much oscillation there. All right, I'm gonna turn that back around. Had too much, the gains were too high. Started oscillating. There we go. Now let it. It has a 20 amp ESC, 3S only. It's a nice little glider. Yeah, 2200, bring it to the field, you can fly that all day long. Well, go that direction then.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Whoa. All right, I don't like inverted flight that well. Don't do inverted flight. That's not what it's designed for anyway. This is what it's designed for right here. If you're going to do inverted flight, get way high. It don't like it. And today is very, very windy.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Yeah. They don't like inverted flight. With that pod hanging on the top,
There we go.
with that pod on top, it doesn't make it, it makes it aerodynamically unsound with that pod sticking on top with the throttle going. So that's not what it's designed for. All right, even though it's a glider, we still have to check stall. All right, with the wind, power off, and she just fingers off the stick, and she just glides. All right, let's try that into the wind now. Fingers off the stick, power off. Looks like a right wing. Try that again. Into the wind. All right, right wing, but not real bad. Not a real bad bite. Okay, so now let's try this into the
1
wind.
minute.
Into the wind, we're gonna hold up the up elevator. Left wing. All right, into the wind again. Up elevator. Oh, well, right wing. So I guess it's just gonna go one way or the other, just depending on the wind. You got that great big wing, so it's gonna catch. Today's kind of windy, hard to check stall. But with a plane like this is made for wind, and you got plenty of, it's not fast, and you got plenty of time to think about what you're doing. Up elevator. Oh, left wing that time.
30 seconds.
All right, let's go ahead and get her landed. A 6-minute timer. We definitely have established that she's in trim now, that she's an amazing flying power glider. She can handle the wind. Okay. Power off. And that's how you land it.
Prop secured. Safe to approach.
Yeah, I shouldn't approach it from the front, but I did. All right, what I want to do now is before I check I'm going to check the battery. And if we still have enough power, enough time, we're going to try taking off on this grass from the belly. All right, throttle cut is on. Oh, I burped, sorry. Okay. Battery and ESC are cool. So I think we're gonna have a lot of time left. Yeah, 60%, and we were almost at the 6-minute timer, so we got plenty of time. So really, honestly, you can set your, on a 2200, set your timer for 10 minutes. You're gonna get tired before, your neck's gonna get tired from looking up before the battery's gonna be too far down. So let's put this in the grass. This is not meant to be a powerhouse, okay, for speed. The motor is meant to get the plane up high and then turn the motor off. But I also need to know what it can do.
Motor ready to cut you.
All right, we're just gonna keep the timer going. Pull my drawers up. All right, I'm in my high rates now, which is 100% throws, 40% or 30% expo. Maybe not.
20 seconds.
No.
Prop secured. Safe to approach.
No, it's not gonna have the oomph. But that's not what it's designed for.
Motor ready to cut you. Be careful. 10. Timer expired.
Oh, this is what it's designed for right here. Nice, lazy Sunday afternoon, a little bit of thermal gliding. A different kind of RC experience, a fun kind of RC experience. If you love sailplanes, but you don't want to you don't have the ability to have someone tow your sailplane up high and let it go of you, then this is a great alternative and economical. Well, I say it's economical. I have no idea how much this is going to cost. Because they haven't released it yet, and I haven't seen it on the internet yet, on the website, and I haven't gotten any notification about when it's going to be released. And like I say, today is the 26th of July, 2026, and I was initially told it was going to be released later this month. Well, pretty late this month. It looks good. Now the foam is not painted, that's just bare foam, but that helps keep it light. The red on there, that's painted. Very easy to fly plane. Simple 4-channel control. It wants to naturally rise on you, but that's okay. That's what a sailplane does.
Minus 1 minute.
And there you go.
Secured. Safe to approach. Motor ready to cut you. Be careful.
Yeah, I thought I'd try.
Prop secured. Safe to approach.
We're going to take off one more time, this time from the runway, instead of hand launching. But you can hand launch, and if you have a nice runway like this, it's got a smooth surface, you can take off if you're not. But as far as hand launching goes, this is a very simple one. Very simple one. See if we can't land on the runway this time. Okay.
Motor ready to cut you. Be careful.
Hold on. You only got the one wheel. You only got the one wheel. Easy peasy. Your rudder is why you want a lot of rudder authority. Now, a 2200 Turnigy Short S would be perfect for this. Unfortunately, I don't have any Turnigy Short S's. Turnigy Shorts, I only have 4S. This is not rated for a 4S. There we go.
Prop secured. Safe to approach.
Alrighty, I think we have definitely given it a good demonstration. Grab it behind the prop here. Of course, I got my throttle cut on already. Good looking model. Really a good looking model. Alright, and the prop is painted to match. Oh, I had the gyro. Well,
No gyro. AS3X mode.
Hold on. Oh, I had the gyro turned all the way down, so basically off the whole time, so that's okay. All right, let's go over our rates, which is pretty simple because it's a 4-channel plane. Now, I'm going to show you, I did not fly in these rates. These are the book low rates in Spectrum. Ailerons 50% with 30% expo. Elevator 45 with 30% expo. And rudder is, I just use the stock high, and that's 40% or 100% with 40% expo also. Okay, now the book high rates, which I did take off in initially with the gyro turned off to get her trimmed. Ailerons are 80 with 30% expo. Elevator 60 with 30% expo, and rudder is just a set rate 100 with 40% expo, no matter what. And then the rates I end up flying in are Fat Guys Extreme rates, which is 100% throws and 30% expo on aileron and elevator with 40% expo on rudder. Okay, 100% throws. Now, my forward programming, because I got an AR631 in there. The gains, I'm going to capture them. I like them at 17, because I did have up at one point. 17, 22, and 26 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Priority at the stock, 140. Didn't do anything with heading. Stop lock at the stock, 35 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with release rate, one-time gains. And that's all there is to that. All right, we ended up flying total time, stick time, 7 minutes and 34 seconds is total timer time. Total timer time. Let's say that 10 times quick. Total timer time, total timer time. All right, let's check CG and then we'll go over the battery. The CG on the plane is 60 to 65 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which puts, I got some glue marks, I'm right on that, on between the two, and slightly nose heavy, which is good for this kind of a glider. And to get that CG, okay, I got a 2200 shorty 3S in there, down the, and I got to set it fin flat. I got it on its side because the way it fits in there, it's on its side. Got an AR631 with the antenna going around, and then I've actually poked a hole in the fuselage with the antenna embedded into the fuselage. All right, got an XT60 connector. Let's check our battery real quick. That's a total stick time, 7 minutes and 34 seconds. But we flew, so probably flying at least 7 minutes of that. Okay. I didn't spend too much time walking around picking her up. %, left with 38, 38, 38. All right. So honestly, set your timer for 8 minutes, fly the way you want. 8 minutes on a 2200. If you put a 1300 in here, maybe set your timer for 5 minutes. All right, let's talk about some of the features of the plane. This entire keel, that motor will fold down. This whole keel is plastic. The nose is plastic. You got a nice wheel. You got hard plastic protection. Well, y'all saw me land on the runway, and there's a little bit of marring there, and a little bit of marring back here, and nothing on the wings. Okay, so you got hard protection here, here, there, and there. You've got a very high visibility markings. I didn't have any problem seeing this thing way up high, and she's big enough where you can see her really well. I would, if it was, maybe put some a different color stripe maybe on the underside of the wings, maybe. So, but we did learn with the way this pod comes out with the power, inverted is a no-no. It becomes, from what I can see, aerodynamically unstable up inverted. So don't go inverted with it, okay? That's not what this is designed for anyways. This is designed to get you up high and do big, wide, sweeping turns, glide, relax, just enjoy some sky, all right? That's what this is designed for, to get you up high and enjoy the sky. Hey, we'll do that the theme motto for this, up high and enjoy the sky. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Gabriel. Precious, thank you for filming. And Hobby King, thank you for putting your trust in me to let me introduce this brand new plane that's new and hasn't even been released yet. Putting your trust in me, I appreciate it. And all right, well, that's it. This is the Hobby King Cherokee version 2. God bless y'all, and don't forget, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to give my spiel, but I forgot to say a few things. The hinges on the ailerons are foam, but they have laminate. Same thing for the elevator, have laminate. The hinges on the rudder are mechanical hinges. They actually have hard plastic mechanical hinges. I forgot about that. And there's a wing spar, stability spar all the way through the rear stabilizer. And you've got a hard spar that goes all the way, almost all the way out to the tip there, both in 2 places. And carbon fiber reinforcement in your ailerons. So forgot to mention that in the unbox and build. So all right, God bless y'all. Jesus is Lord, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and then really cool gliders new for 26. Bye-bye.